Hello there, you gorgeous lot. Welcome back to another fantastic show here on Crafters TV. It is all about craft along for the next couple of hours. An amazing opportunity for us all to craft together in real time and create something absolutely stinking gorgeous. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today, featuring these brand new Christmas pop-out dies. Now, when they launched, you guys absolutely love them. So I know loads of you already own them and are going to be crafting along with us today. If you don't already own them, don't worry, we've got you covered. You'll be able to order them today and watch this back whenever you please at your leisure. Now, I am not here on my own. Oh no, I am reunited with my TV wife after what feels like it was weeks, but it feels like months. Debbie Fisher is in the building. How are you, Debbie?
Hello, Joe. Hello, everyone out there. We've got a craft along. Yay. Joe, it's lovely to be back with you. We've had a great catch up. We haven't stopped talking.
We haven't, have we?
In the building. And we've still got this evening to go as well. So, yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I'm very well, Joe. I think it's been around 3 weeks since we've last seen each other.
I think it's the longest we haven't seen each other this year, yes. Debbie. But we're back together now. So it's all good. And Debbie's going to be creating something amazing. That project looks incredible, Debbie.
Yeah, aren't these dies just beautiful? They are our newest pop-out range and they are just gorgeous. We're going to do this quite simple make, but it's going to look really stunning. So on the inside of the card, you can see we're die cutting twice those beautiful presents. We're going to do a bit of colouring, we're going to do some paper piecing, we're going to be doing a bit of stamping. So we're keeping it nice and simple for you and for you to be able to just craft along with us.
Excellent. That's what I like to hear. Loads of you tuning in and saying hello already. Suzette's in from Wisconsin. Barbara's in Ohio. Ohio, Barbara. Sweet Rainy One says good morning from Alabama. Lynn saying hi as well, as is Deborah and Susan. Talking of Alabama, when I was off on my holidays, I met a lady with what has to be the best name ever. Her name, Debbie, was Alabama Rain. Alabama Rain. Alabama Rain.
That's a lovely
What an amazing name is that?
It's an awesome name.
It really is, isn't it?
Alabama
Rain. Yeah. I was thinking about, variations. Could be, I don't know, Colchester Hailstorm or something like that. But anyway, that's another conversation. Right, is it too late, Debbie, if we want to join in and craft along with you today?
No, not at all. We have a list of what you can join in. Now, if you haven't got exactly the same things, don't worry. Just have things that are similar and you can craft along too. But remember, you can watch us back. So bookmark the show and then you can watch back at a later date. So the things you're going to need to start you off with. First of all, you're going to need the Gemini pop-out dies. Now, I'm using the Stack Gifts. You can use any one of that collection, so if you do have them, and remember you can shop the show as well, so it's not a problem. I'm going to be using the Christmas sentiment tinsel in a tangle, but you can use whatever sentiment you've got in your stash. Some white stamping card. I'm using the Santa's Kitchen paper pad. I'm also using the pop-up Christmas for the pop-up Christmas box paper pad. I didn't know what the name of the paper pad was, Joe, so I do apologise for that, but whatever bits you've got in your stock you can use. 8x8 textured cardstocks in bright. I've forgotten my frozen lake, which is probably a good thing because it's the one I had at hand at home, but actually I'm going to use parakeet and fuchsia, so any of those blues and pinks that go together are going to work well. Your Nor Black Spectrum Nor, you can use whatever ink pad you've got to hand if it's a black one, and we're just going to be using a dotty tape pen and the all-purpose glue as well. Now, for the next things you're going to need is all your normal things that you have in your craft collection. So your guillotine, scoreboard. We're going to be using a bone folder, a ruler, a pencil, scissors. We're going to use the spray water bottle just to do some faux bleaching, some kitchen towel, the Gemini machine, of course, and your rocker blocks and ribbon.
Amazing. So gather that all together then and you'll be able to join in. We'll create something awesome together. Once we have finished as well, if we've got enough time at the end, I'll get you to send your pictures in. We'll either show them in this show. If we don't show them in this show, don't worry, we'll show them in Second Chance Sunday. That's also coming up with myself and Debbie a little bit later today. I'll tell you more about that as we go through the show. Any questions that you've got at any point, is there anything you need recapping, anything you've missed, then I am here for you. I have got your back. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion if you're on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe if you are watching us across on YouTube. If you don't own these dies yet and you're thinking, oh my gosh, how did I miss these? I need them in my life. Well, we have managed to replicate that launch deal for you, which is brilliant. So they are 6 brand new dies, and they are an amazing concept. They are pop-out dies, but they really do take pop-out to the next level because there are so many levels within each one of these. So this is your nativity scene. You've also got in here as well Santa's reindeer, which I think is absolutely stunning. Going to work all year through that one. Then this one here, now this is your festive Christmas tree. I love how, can you see how as it folds into different angles. I think it's so clever. The way that has been designed to give you so much dimension. Then you've got this one here, which is the Star of Bethlehem. Again, look at how intricate and detailed that pop-out mechanism is. We also have this one. Now, this is the one that Debbie's going to be using for today's craft along, which is your stacked gifts. And you'll also get this one in here as well, which is that incredible snowflake, your sensational snowflake. And it really is. I love that there's kind of like 2 levels to the pop out there. Very, very clever, very cleverly designed these. $39.96 or $55.96 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. If you want to pick a mix and go for a couple, any 2 for £18 or $24. So it's up to you how you get your hands on them. What I would say is there's loads of other great stuff in the show today as well. So get yourself over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu, hit the shop the show button, and that will show you everything else that is in this show. There's lots and lots of brilliant deals. We've got some great ink pad bundles. I'll tell you more about those as we go through the show. But remember, any questions that you've got as we go along, Crafters TV over on Facebook or Crafters Companion across on YouTube. Right, judging by the comments, Debbie, I think everyone is just about set to go, if you are.
Fabulous, yes, always ready to go, Joe, you know me. Right, so 2 pieces of white cardstock is what we're going to start off with. So I'm just using A4. Now we're going to trim these. I'm going to use my large guillotine and I'm going to trim it to 10 inches by 7 inches. So just going to take our first piece into our guillotine, and there we go. So on our longest edge, I'm going to trim that one to 10 inches. So lining that one up, trimming that down. I love the sound of a guillotine, Joe, do you? It just sounds really nice, that slicing of paper. And then I'm going to take that to the 7 inches and slice that one down. And I'm going to do exactly the same with our second piece of card. So again, across to 10 inches. I'm trying to do it slowly because I know lots of people are sort of getting all their cards together and popping them through, and then again 7 inches. And just while I'm doing the guillotine and why people are catching up with that, Joe, when I cut them, I love our scoreboard because it gives you these lines that you can line them up against. And what I always do is when so I know I've got exactly the same measurement, I always line it up right to the edge of where that 7 is so you can see the gap. And I do the same. If you're going to line it up to the end of it, so the end of that gap on the 7, just make sure you do that to both pieces, but I always take it to that first bit so you can always see the gap right down. That way you know you get an accurate piece every single time. Right, so we're going to pop that to one side and bring in our scoreboard. And with the scoreboard, we're going to do some scoring. Now, on one of the pieces, we're going to place this into position. Now, we know that we did that 10 inches across, and we want to fold this in half. So we're going to score at 5 inches. So coming down the scoreboard and score that line in. And then we're going to fold that piece in half. Okay, so just recapping on that piece, we have a 10 inches across the top there, 7 inches down the side, and scoring in the centre to make your card blank at 5 inches. And then with our second piece, what we're going to do with this one is come in, and this time we're going to score at 2.5 inches. So 2.5. Then we're going to score again at 5 inches. So popping that line into place, and then we're going to come in and score at 7.5 inches onto that side. So you'll then have these 2 lines here plus your centre image. So first of all, I'm going to fold that back on itself. So this will give you, that's where one of your lines are, and then we're going to do the next one by folding into the centre. Now as you're folding, just make sure they both measure, they both touch the same side, the sides, and they're completely straight. If yours aren't, it's just you've probably not cut your card completely straight. But if you haven't, line it up to one side and then you can just trim down the other side. And then we're going to bring that one in as well onto the other side, and again just making sure they go evenly across each side. I've just realised we've got nobody crafting along live with us today.
Just you and I, Debbie.
Just you and I.
Just you and I and the lovely viewers at home.
Right, so what you can tell, let's just quickly recap so you can all catch up with that. We've got 2 pieces of card that we've cut at 10 inches by 7 inches. So that's 2 pieces, and then we've scored 1 piece at 5 inches in the centre, and then 1 piece at 2.5 inches, 5 inches and 7.5 inches, and we're just going to fold them all up. So you've almost got like this sort of like a bifold, trifold, I don't know what you call what would you call a 4-fold card there, but it's got 3 score lines, so we're all good there. So these are the bits that we've got here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the die cutting. So let me find my dies. So this is our stacked gifts. So we're going to take out this one. Now what I love about all these dies in the collection is they all have a step-by-step instructions.
Oh, that's handy, isn't it?
It's so handy. I love that we do that, so you can see, and it shows you your finished cards inside. It gives you step-by-step in pictures and step-by-step in your instructions as well. This will tell you how to do your basic card. I'm doing it on a slightly different measurement here with our cards, but this one will tell you how to do it on a 4x6 card base. So let's pop them to the side, and you can see this is a nice big die, and we're going to cut this twice. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place it onto this side. Now at the top and the bottom of all the dies you will find these little tiny grooves, and you just need to place your score lines in between those. Now it doesn't really matter where you put them. I would say put them so you know that each one is going to be the same size. So I'm going to bring in a ruler. And all I'm going to do is when I put my ruler on here, I'm just going to count how many, do it the right way, little squares I've got. So let's do it from all, so we're doing all the squares on my ruler. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to make sure that's straight along the bottom and then line that up onto there. And that way I can do that the same on the other side and know that I'm going to get that straight line exactly where it should be. So,
lots of love for us back together. Victoria says, Joe and Debbie, I miss you. My favourite CC duo.
Oh, that's
there
such
you
a
are.
nice thing to say.
Sarah Brown says, I'm looking forward to seeing Miss Giggles do her stuff. Sure, we'll get a giggle out of her by the end of the day.
Yeah, the giggles are still there, still there.
Hannah says, Joe, I don't think you know how much we've missed you. Never go away again.
Aww.
I can't never go away. I mean, I do need a rest every now and then.
Away.
But I appreciate the sentiment, Hannah.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
absolutely. So you've had some time off as well, Joe, because I feel like I've missed
had 12 days off.
Oh, so and I had 16 days
And
off.
is today your first day back?
No, so I've been at Create and Craft, so
Right.
this is my first day back here.
Okay, so today's
Yes.
my first day back.
Oh,
proper.
okay,
Yes.
after your break. Yes, no, I've been at Create and Craft for a couple of days, and then I went to an air show yesterday, which
Did
was
you?
very nice.
Where?
Yes, in Leicester.
Leicester Air
Yes.
Show. There you
Yeah,
are.
well, it wasn't an air show. It was the Victory Show. So it was like there was aeroplanes in the air, so that's why I called it an air show.
Right.
But it was all World War II and tanks, and they'd done a reenactment. Oh, has anyone ever been to a reenactment?
No.
It makes your heart, literally, I thought if you've got a heart condition, it's not a good place to be.
Okay, there you go, you heard it
They
here
were
first.
throwing bombs and missiles and real huge bangs. They were setting fire to things, and they were reenacting this war. It was so exciting. It was very good. Yeah, it was very good.
I mean, what do you do for fun at the weekends?
A reenactment, yes. And they love it. They're really into it. And we were when we were walking round, all the sort of soldiers are about, and the guns, Joe. Have you ever actually held some of the guns they used in the World War II?
No.
They are so heavy, like ridiculously heavy. I was really shocked. I thought guns would be fairly lightweight because they've got to carry them on their backs, on their shoulders, and actually they're not. They're really, really heavy. So yeah, you've got to.
What's next weekend's plans is what I want to know.
You're a bit more subdued. We're seeing off my partner's daughter's going off to uni.
Oh wow, where?
Yeah, so uni in Canterbury.
Ah,
in
cute.
Kent.
Good uni, Canterbury. She must be a clever stick.
Yep, so she's off there. So we're having a sort of big games day and food and drink and to see her off.
Amazing.
Yes. So before we cut the other one, what we are going to do is fold this one back into place. Now, because it's a pop out, we're going to use, so this first bit here will pop forward. So I'm just using my pokey tool just to give that a little helping hand, so you can see coming up. And we're going to do the same with the other one as well. So popping that and just giving that a little squeeze, and then the one here, just giving that one a squeeze. So as these come up and your card folds in, this will then fold on itself. So we want that to sort of pop inwards. So just give it a little bit of a push in and then fold that down. And it'll sort of come into its own. We've got to fold these bits at the side as well. So just fold those ones in.
For you, are they?
The score lines are there, and actually what would have helped, Joe, if you reinforce the score lines a little bit, it does help with the folding.
Right.
But I am just folding it because they are there. So just pop in those in so we can fold them on itself. Yeah, so even though they put the score lines in, obviously with the die cutting and the pressure that we're putting down to it, it does make them want to sort of flatten out again. And then all we're going to do is push that onto itself, making sure, just keep turning it over so you can check that they're going down, so you can see that's all coming into place. So pushing them in, and then you should be able to then push that down and those meet in the middle. And then all I'm going to do is, using my tool, we're going to just make sure they're together, and just very gently, I'm not doing that very hard because I want to turn that over and do it on the other side, and you just need to make sure on both sides that's done, and then you can be a bit more heavy-handed with flattening them down. And that gives you your first pop out. So you can see that pops out beautifully there, and then you've got your other part there. So we're going to leave it at that. We're going to flatten that back down. I always like to put those score lines back in first before we then go in and put the other one down. Otherwise they'd be really flattened and harder to get into place. But now you can see when we move that, it opens and shuts. I mean, how beautiful are they, Joe?
Really lovely.
But I'm going to stop there.
Detail.
Yeah, absolutely. Stop there and let people catch up, and then we will do the next part of the day.
Sounds like a plan. Let me just recap exactly what's in the main collection if you are going for it, because you are getting everything that we launched. So let me share again with you exactly what you've got in here. So you've got that sensational snowflake, as you can see here. I just love the amount of incredible dimension you've got. The next one here, this is the stacked gifts. So this is the one that Debbie is using there. I mean, they are going to make the inside of your cards, you know, just such an incredible wow. And I mean, you don't need too much else in there really, do you? That star, I love how intricate it is. The connection points are like tiny. It's amazing, the engineering that's gone into these. You've also then got here your nativity scene, as you can see there. I love that even that stacked roof pops out. Very, very clever. This one here is your reindeers. So this is your Santa's reindeer. And you'll also receive as well this one here, which is your Christmas tree. So you get all 6 of those brand new designs. They're the same 6 we launched when we launched these, so you are getting a full collection, which is brilliant. Everyone's saving $9.95 or $7.75. Use your Club Inspired discount as well, takes it even lower. Platinum members under £40, just over $55, which is excellent. Some other stuff that's in the show that might go really well to help you with this craft along, or with any of your Christmas crafting. I mean, we are slap bang in the middle now, aren't we, of that Christmas crafting period. This is the watercolor watercolour Christmas luxury card collection, and it is beautiful because what you've got in here is this wonderful pearlescent cardstock. Now it's 250 GSM this, so that means you can score it, you can emboss it. Oh, look at how beautiful that blue is. Isn't that amazing? You've got the ability to construct with it if you want to as well, make card blanks using it because it's double-sided. It's perfect for any of those different jobs. 1079 or 1436 if you are a platinum member. We also have the vellum pad available for you on the show. This is beautiful. This was so popular when we launched this particular collection. Let me just grab this out of here for you. So what you've got in here are your different vellums. Now I love the fact that you've got them. That's like embossed. Can you see you've got that like heat embossed snow flurry on there? Then you've got your snow flakes as well. So you'll get silver and white in both the designs here with this one, which is fantastic. And you will get 12 sheets in total there. So you'll get the heat emboss and you'll get the heat emboss and you'll get that foiled, sorry, I should say there. So that's your vellum if you want to go for those. And then we also have the 6x6, which you're loving actually this afternoon. It's limited stock though, unfortunately. If you want this one, we have less than 10% of our stock available. Really lovely selection of toppers in the back of here. All these are die cut. You just pop those straight out. Really great for stoppers on things like easels, or you just need a quick embellishment on a card. And then what you've got in here are all of your different pages. So these are wonderful. Use your guillotine to trim these down. Would be perfect for a little tag or a topper on a card. And then you've got all of your design papers in here as well. Beautiful spot foiling in there too, so really luxurious, and a great array of different colours in here. Whether you're using it with the rest of the watercolour Christmas collection or you're using it on its own, I think you can absolutely love that. $8.99 or $11.65 if you wanted to get that one on its own. Right, I've had no one asking me any questions or needing any recaps or anything, Debbie, so I think everyone's just about ready to go if you are.
I suddenly realised as I was coming back to that, I didn't clean out my die. So I hope you've all been busy cleaning out your die. And I am terrible. You'll always hear me whacking the dies on the craft mat. Yeah, Leanne would tell me off. So, but I always say, well, Sarah does it. And if Sarah's the boss doing it, we're okay. Right, so we've got our next one and we're going to do exactly the same. So I'm going to bring my ruler in and again, because we lined that one up with those square lines at the bottom, I can place that onto that centre line and get that exactly straight where I need it. So there we go, just popping that into place. Oh, I thought I had some tape. Just take my tape off and tape that down. So then once we've done our colouring, now this is a little bit different how I would normally do things, because sometimes I normally like to colour the page first, but I thought it'd be really nice to use the inks over the top once you've done your die cutting and you can see where you're doing your colouring. So I'm going to place that into our machine and die cut our second die.
Will
now,
this
all
particular
of these
project go through your junior machine?
Absolutely, yes, it will go through there, Joe. What you would have to do is your cardstock, where we've done 7 inches of the card in depth, you would have to do yours no more than 6 inches. Okay. And then it would go through.
Just adapt it a little bit.
You just sort of make it that little bit smaller. And you can see you've still got space at the top and the bottom. So you could cut a ½ inch off of each piece and still have the same card, but a smaller version. Awesome. So yeah, absolutely we'll go through the Gemini Junior. So taking our tape off, so I'm being very gentle because I don't want it to stick to the, don't want it to take up any of the cardstock. So just be careful. I've worked out, I think it is the pressure of the Gemini that makes the tape a bit more stickier than normal.
Is there anything you can do to get rid of it, some of the sticky?
Yeah, I mean, you could put it onto your skin, but I mean, you get then a bit of your natural skin oils on there. But you could also put it onto your clothing and it would just put a little bit of fibres on there, and then that wouldn't harm going back on. So you can make it a little bit less stickier. So just taking out all these bits. I love the funness of these dies, the quirky little angles of them, the patterns on the presents, they just look really cool. So can you see where we've put this through, it's flattened it again, but it'll be a lot easier this time because we've already reinforced those lines to just pop them back into place. So I'm going to do that again. There we go. So nice and easy. And then this time what I will do is show you how to bring in your scoreboard and just reinforce those lines to make it a lot easier for you to fold. So let's pop them to the side. Just bring this in, and all you're going to do is find where your score lines are at the side there, and if it's slightly out, you're just going to find them onto here, and then you can bring them down. Remember, you can move your scoreboard about. Then we'll put those top lines in, and then the last one, no, slightly in. And like I say, you don't have to do these. They will actually do it themselves, but it's quite nice just to help you on your way to put those in. And then straight through the centre. In fact, we can do that whole centre piece. And then you'll see how much easier it is because you've reinforced those lines. Because obviously we can't make such a really big indentation, Joe, because it would then cut your cardstock.
Yeah, I guess it's a fine balance, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it's good that we have the guide for them, but it's sometimes good to just reinforce those lines as well. I'd love to hear if you're using any different dies, so if you're using any of the other dies from the collection, because all of them will work well with this design of card. So we can just pop that all the way over. Now again, when you're folding these, make sure that your score lines are in place to fold them down, and don't go in heavy-handed with your scoring tool. You just want to just give it a gentle sort of stroking over the top to pop them in, turn it over, so then once you know that these are all in line with each other, you can then go down that little bit harder. Just like so, just making sure that one is in and that one's tucked in. I'm just going to use my fingers first of all to pinch that one together, just so we get a nice crisp edge. And there we go. So that now gives us, and then if we fold this one in, fold that one, these will all go back on each other. So you'll find your whole thing will come together beautifully. And we've designed this, I've designed this so the side bits will fit neatly into your card. So if I bring this card in here and open that up, when you pop that in, what we're going to do is we need to bring that in. So normally if we do a card like this, Joe, we would have it to the edges.
Right.
If you put it to the edges, it would then stick out here.
Okay.
So I've designed it so when it goes in, so you can find that center point, when that goes in, we're going to put it slightly inside. So let me just tuck that down inside there. So then when you take that out, you'll just have that protruding bit on the side, which looks really cool. Okay, so we've done all our die cutting. What we're going to do now is a bit of colouring onto our cardstock. So I'm just wiping away where my tape has been, just making sure all those little pieces of tape come up, only because it will stop the colour from going on there. But the good thing is with the low-tack tape, the stickiness just wipes away quite nicely. So I'm going to be bringing in two colours. We've got our fuchsia and our parakeet. And then just going to grab myself some...
I'm guessing you could use pretty much anything you wanted colour-wise when it comes to this, could you, Debbie?
Oh, absolutely. Any colours, yes. Whatever suits your colour mood at that time, I think, Joe. I can't find... Oh, there's a blue one. That will do nicely. So I've got a round one and a square one, so we're using a bit of both, but I've just found a blue one there. Might be a slightly different colour, so I am just going to bring in my piece of kitchen towel. And I'm just going to dab that onto there, just in case there's a little bit too much colour. It's a good way to just clean off your ink pad by just dabbing it onto the side. And then we've got our pink, and that one looks like it's been a pink pigment ink pad. You can always tell because they're like a chalkier sort of colour. Bring that to the side. So we've got our fuchsia and we've got our parakeet. So let's go in with our fuchsia to start with, just picking up that colour. And then we're just going to start to blend over the top.
Is there anything to stop you colouring the paint? I mean, I know you'd waste the ink a little, but if you weren't the most confident with the loose elements, Debbie, is there anything to stop you doing this before you die cut it?
Not at all. Yeah, it's absolutely fine. The reason I didn't, Joe, is because we're going to paper piece the inside.
Okay.
So I didn't particularly want to waste the ink where we didn't need to put it. So it's why I decided to do it afterwards. And it doesn't matter if you go over it, because obviously it's going to be covered anyway.
Yeah. Elizabeth Cram says, how was your holiday, Joe? It was lovely, thank you. I didn't really go anywhere. I didn't do anything.
I was just going to say that, Joe. I do apologise, because I was talking about all what I did and where I went, and I didn't even ask you if you've been anywhere.
It was Manchester Pride last weekend, so I had lots of friends up. We celebrated that. There was a big concert in the city, some parties, street parties and stuff. So that was lovely last weekend, and I just had a very chilled week, I must say.
Very nice.
But you were also on your holidays as well, weren't you, Debbie?
Yes, I've been all over the place actually. We went to the Norfolk coast, and we went to a theme park, which was lovely.
Nice.
And do you know what, Joe? We were so incredibly lucky with the weather. We had the most beautiful weather, really hot, sunny weather. We went to the theme park, and I went with my family, my daughters and my granddaughters, which was lovely. And then we went to London. And we went and watched Pretty Woman.
Oh, the musical.
Yes. I mean, it's my favourite film. Oh, it was just
Did you like the music from it?
Yeah, it was very good.
My favourite song from it is I Can't Go Back.
Oh, okay.
That song. I would sing it, but you don't really need me to sing it.
Yeah, go on, sing me a bit, because I can't think which one it is.
No, I'm not singing it, no. Charlotte, I'm not singing it, all right?
I did think they might have played some more music from the film.
Yeah, copyright, innit?
Yeah, but they can't do that. So they did play Pretty Woman, so they have to do that. Of course they have to.
I could be wrong. I think Bryan Adams has done the music for Pretty Woman.
Oh, okay. It was good though. But it was, do you know who the star of the show was? I don't know the actress, but the person who plays Kit.
Right.
She was amazing.
Okay.
She was just totally amazing. So, yeah.
It was Bryan Adams that wrote the music. Johnny's just fact-checked that for me.
Yeah, so if anybody gets the opportunity to see it, it was just incredible. We loved it. And we were singing and on our feet at the end.
Were you?
Everyone. I mean, the whole of the theatre was, yeah.
Yeah, I went to see a play while I was off on my holidays. I went to see a play called Constellations, which is a two-man play. And ready for this one? It explores the idea that there are infinite parallel universes all running together at the same time. With all the decisions we did and didn't make, and there's infinite ones of them all running alongside each other. So it's very confusing.
Yeah, that's a bit too much for my brain. It was
quite a lot, I won't lie.
Yeah, Pretty Woman for me.
Okay.
Yeah, even the
lots of requests for Joe to sing
would...
apparently in the comments. No one needs to. No one needs it.
I'm not very good at singing songs unless I've got the music to go with it. I can't think of songs like through my head. Yes. Right, so now we're going to take our little spritzer and we're just going to give it sort of a spritzing of water over the top. Now, I love this effect because even though it's just a spritz of water, it gives a beautiful effect over the top. So I'm just literally letting that sink in, and while that's sinking in, we're just going to pick that water up. And then you can keep doing that until you get your desired effect, really. So let's put a bit more on.
I mean, presents don't necessarily need to be Christmas, really, do they?
No, not at all.
Could be for a birthday,
Absolutely.
Could be a wedding card, Could be a whole... I mean, I love a just because present myself. You know, it could be any time.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And then I'm going to do even a bit more. So let's put a bit more down. We've put plenty of ink on there. This one looks a little bit brighter than my original one, but it's because I've used the parakeet and not the frozen lake. But the frozen lake, it was one we had a Christmas range a couple of years ago. So, and I don't know, I thought it was parakeet, and then when I picked it up, it was, it turned out to be...
we seem to be seeing, in Christmas crafting this year, a lot more darker colours in Christmas crafting, don't you think?
Yes.
A lot more blues,
Yeah,
isn't it?
lots
And
of blues,
richer reds,
navies.
darker reds this year.
Yes.
I like it.
Greens,
I really like it.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I like deeper colours. I think especially when you're going into that sort of autumn, winter, that Christmas, they have a really nice feel about them, don't they? So I am just going to take my heat gun, and we're just going to give that a little bit of a heat up to dry it up a bit. Plug that in and then just dry that off. So that's all I'm going to do now, Joe. I'll let everyone catch up, and I'm just going to be drying this off till we next start our next piece.
Well, I've got two different ink pad collections then I'd like to show you, just while you're drying that off, if that's okay. We'll start with the, this one here is your Night Sky collection. Both of these collections do come with a blending tool as well, the round blending tool, which you get two of the sponges in there as well. You've got ocean blue, baby blue, anthracite, the jet black there, and the parakeet. So really lovely collection there of those ones. Then you've got a second collection here for you as well. And this is the morning sky, and in here you've got pink tulip, orange, Bordeaux, fuchsia, and also the damson wine in there as well. And again, they will come with the blending tool also. £23 or $31, $18.40 or $24.80 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. In fact, you know what? Talking of Club Inspire, let's give you all a little opportunity to get yourselves caught up. Whilst you do that, let's share all the details of Club Inspire with you.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Fantastic, all the details there of Club Inspire and also the US delivery. Carol D says, good morning, crafting collaborators. Oh, I love that term, crafting collaborators. I might steal that one, Carol, if that's all right. I'll definitely be replicating this make. I love the stacked gift idea. And ask as well, are you using watercolour card for this project, Debbie?
No, I'm actually not, just regular white stamping card. It's enough because I've only spritzed it a little bit to give it a bit of texture in the background. I didn't really need, and you can see, I mean, our stamping card really takes the weight of a little bit of water. Obviously, if you were to soak it and do a really wet background, then it would probably, more than anything, it would just go a little bit bitty on the top of the surface. But this has kept its shape and its look really well. So, but you can use watercolour if you choose to. Yes. Is that it, Joe? So we're going back
That's
to...
it, let's
yeah?
go. If you're
Crack
ready,
on.
everyone else is, I think.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to grab my scissors and just cut my papers down. Now I'm using that Santa's Kitchen. It's a beautiful paper pad, but you can use whatever you want. And you can see with the colours I'm doing and everything else, you don't have to... I'm doing a bit of a contemporary Christmas card, but actually you could just do this as a birthday card if you choose. So I've just took 2 coordinating colours to go with my colours in the card, and I'm just going to trim my paper and cut these out. So we're going to do a bit of I keep calling it paper piece, and it's not, it's just mats and layers. So we're going to cut one out first, and then we're going to cut out our next one, and we're going to trim these so the presents themselves will be trimmed out and put alternatively onto the presents, and that's where our dotty tape pen comes in handy, because the dotty tape pen, that really does allow you to put adhesive through the whole of a really intricate die, which is amazing. So if you haven't yet seen our dotty tape pens, you will be amazed and you will absolutely want them. Right, so that's our first one. I'm just going to turn my pages around. I'm just going to give this a tap out. So we've got our first one cut out, and then we're going to do that again in the blue one, or whatever chosen papers you have done. I think we could have probably put them through at the same time, but I'm going to do it separate, just in case anybody out there doesn't have a Gemini and they don't have that pressure. But I'd be surprised. I mean, I'd be interested to know if anyone doesn't have a Gemini Joe as well. A Gemini Joe.
A Gemini Joe. Maybe that could be my new nickname, Gemini Joe. Tony's just asking if you'll recap the initial measurements, Debbie,
yes,
for the base
absolutely.
card. Is that all right?
Yeah, I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, sorry, sometimes you go through and you don't realise how quick you're going, or you want to start at the beginning, or people join this halfway through, don't they? So not a problem at all. Right, so that's our 2 pieces there, and we're going to trim out those presents in just a second. So let's bring in these main cards. So to start with, I'm going to grab myself a couple of pieces of white cardstock. So you want just 2 pieces of white cardstock. You want to trim these 10 inches across the longer length, and then 7 inches. So 10 inches by 7 inches on both pieces of card. You'll then get one of your pieces you want to score in the centre at 5 inches, and that will create your card blank. Your next piece, I'm going to turn this over, is exactly the same size as this piece, but you're going to score in at 2.5 inches, 5 inches and 7.5 inches. And then you're going to fold those with the centre piece coming up and these pieces folded down. You'll then die cut into each part. Now, no matter what dies you use, unless it's the ones like the deer or the ones that go this way round, the star one would be beautiful in this, Joe. But yes, you just lay your die cuts on the inside. So these ones you can see right like that. And then you're going to reinforce your score lines at the side and fold it all in together. So that will create your centerpiece, and this piece is then what is going to fit in the center of your card.
Excellent.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Debbie.
No problem. Right, so with these pieces now, all I'm going to do is snip into them. So I'm going to snip the ends off. So cut that first present, just finding where that score line is and snipping up. And we're going to do the same on the other side. In fact, I'm going to just take that off so I can see that a bit better. In the lights, because the studio lights are quite bright, it's hard to see the score line, but you can just about see that. I think we need to come off a little bit more onto that edge. That gives us our first one. And the reason we've done them different is so we can alternate the colours. And then the next one up. And it's quite nice to do these in pattern papers. The pattern papers look quite cool when you're putting them on. And then the next one, I'm
guessing our crafters at home will have a massive stash of papers they could use for this as well.
Oh, absolutely.
I bet even something from the gnome collection would look quite cool with this.
Oh, yes. Be amazing. I love the gnome paper pad.
What is this card type called, Tony's asked as well?
I would call it just a pop-out card.
A double pop-out?
A double pop-out, yes.
Double pop-out.
Double pop-out. Yeah, because we're actually doing 2 of the pop-outs. Yeah, we're all quite used to doing that 1 pop-out, aren't we, in the centre? So yes, a double pop-out.
Love it.
Very good.
Remember as well, it's not your only show today. We do have another show. We're back together. It's a double Debbie Sunday here on Crafty TV.
It's a double few days of us, actually, Joe.
It's a double Debbie. Let me try and get this right. Double Debbie 3-part. We'll work on that. We'll work on that.
We could be.
It's us together. We're together today, tomorrow, and the next day, aren't we?
Yes, the JD show.
JD show. Love it.
And so that doesn't mean an alcoholic whiskey.
So Craig is a DJ. Yeah. Craig is off. So are you doing Wake Up Call this week?
I am.
Oh, amazing.
I know.
Tomorrow and the next day?
Yes. Yes, I think I am.
There you are.
I tell you what, I'm getting confused because one day I'm doing Wake Up Call and then the end of the day show, and then when I'm doing all 3. I think tomorrow I've got all 3.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I haven't.
Tomorrow you've got the first show and the last show.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yes.
Sarah's here.
Ah,
She's
the
going
boss
to be
is here.
tangoing our way into the studio tomorrow, yeah, for a launch day, which will be fun.
Well, I'm getting really excited about Strictly.
Me too. Not long now.
Yes, not long to go now. Right, so we're going to be bringing this in. I am just going to be bringing in a scrap piece of card because we want to then bring in our dotty tape pen. So the dotty tape pen has dots on it, which makes it different to this one here, which has just got your straight glue. Now this one allows me to go through all these pieces without getting stringy pieces in between. What I do want to do though, I want to fold these over. So because these are on the presents, we're going to mat and layer them over the top. So I'm just going to pop that in and bring in my score tool to pop that crease in. So we know then that these pieces will go directly over the top. So right on there. So I'm just making sure I know where they're going to go, and then we're going to alternate them. So then I'm going to use the pink one, and then I'm going to use the blue one, so then and vice versa on the other side. So let's do our first one. Use that dotty tape pen, and we're just going to pop the dots. If you haven't got a dotty tape pen, you can use your Kalau glue. I would recommend using your little fine tip bottle because then you can put the glue just where you need it.
I was going to say, could you drop shadow these, but I guess you'd have to be careful because of the mechanism, wouldn't you, Debbie? Yes.
So you do need to be quite careful because you don't want glue anywhere else, because if your glue's going anywhere else, it means that when you fold the card, you're going to get that all sticking to each other. So, and all you're guided by what's already there, Joe. So you're just going over the top and sticking that into place. Now, whenever I stick something down like that, I always like to turn it over because sometimes you could catch a corner. So it's quite a nice idea to just use your tool to go over the top just to work all that detail down. And don't worry if you've got a mucky bottom, because
just give that a wipe later, you'll be fine.
because that's going to be covered. No one likes a mucky bottom, do they? Right, so squeezing that up, and each time what I would say is make sure you just reinforce those again. It just helps with the final piece of your card when you put it all in. So I'm just bending them all forward and making sure that those all crease, because remember we're doubling the layer of card that's on them. So there
Sue wants to know, would a Gemini Joe be anything like a G.I. Joe?
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
so. I think, yeah, probably, but with more sparkles and glitter.
Right, so just putting more dots across our next one. Didn't bend this one, but it'll bend in time.
And
That sounds like a song then.
Would get your knees up, bend in time. Could you?
I think were we thinking of the same song then?
I think I was thinking of Step in Time.
Bend your knees in time.
No,
That's what I was thinking of.
The
Time Warp.
I was doing Mary Poppins and you were doing the Time Warp. There you go.
That definitely shows us, doesn't it, how we
it?
think.
Where was I going with that? Could you use something like a mirror card or a matte mirror as the overlay, or would that be too thick with the mechanism, Debbie?
No, you could still do that.
You could?
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about reinforcing those lines. So I think as long as you have your lines reinforced, what you could also do, Joe, what I would actually recommend with that is maybe split these in half. So when you put them on, actually cut them in half if you're doing mirror cards, so you have one on one side, one on the other side.
Good shout.
Because then that wouldn't have such a bulk in the centre. And then we've just got the top one here. And let's put our glue onto here as well.
Did you get another win for Card of the Week last week, did I see?
Did I
was trying to
what,
work
sorry?
it out. I was trying to work out earlier who won Card of the Week last week.
Oh,
Was
well,
it
I
you
wasn't
again?
here, so I couldn't have done.
Oh no, who was it?
Yeah,
Was
I
it
couldn't
Craig? I
have
think
done.
it must have been Craig, yeah. We will be deciding, of course,
I
Card of the
mowed
Week.
one, that's why they put kisses on the top, because mine have resorted to kisses because they
what?
can't fit. They've put kisses where I've won some other stuff,
Oh, 'cause
other
you can't-
hearts,
oh.
because I
Debbie's
haven't
got so
round.
many
I know.
wins that we can't get any more hearts on, so we just had to resort to putting kisses
Yes,
around the
I've
hearts.
just got kisses around the hearts,
Gosh,
yes.
Debbie, you're stonking out
I
into the lead.
know, I don't know how I've managed to do it. I think I do have a lot of craft alongs, and the craft alongs tend to be quite good. But who's, oh, Debbie, no, Debbie's catching up. And even Craig's getting some more now.
Craig's catching up now.
Right, so just folding these in. And there we go. Reinforce those pieces.
Do remember as well, if you're watching this for the first time, you maybe didn't see the launch of these and you're thinking, gosh, I would actually love to be able to do this. Don't worry, we've got everything on the show for you to allow you to do it. And remember, you can watch this show back anytime you like, wherever you're watching it now. So if you're watching it on Facebook or YouTube, you'll be able to find it there. Or watch it back over on our website, and all the dies are available and everything's here for you. I'll run you through the full collection again in a few minutes, but you'll be able to come back and watch this back anytime. So if you are feeling inspired, then you definitely haven't missed the boat, is what I would say.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know I always say it when I'm doing a craft along, but I do genuinely want to thank people that have been voting for us for the craft along.
Oh yes.
In the awards, because
it must be soon, mustn't it?
I would have thought so. We've
I think voting closes at the end of this month.
Oh yeah, so that must be
yeah,
soon.
24th of September voting closes. So yeah, if you want to vote for us in the Craft Beautiful Awards, it's absolutely not too late. I'll give you the details for that in a little while, actually.
I can't believe that we've got up for 11 awards. I mean,
know.
that's amazing, and
Pretty
that's
sure
all thanks
pretty
to you
sure
all
it's
out
more than
there.
anyone else, you know, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But I think it's great, the craft along, I'm really proud of the fact we've got awards up for the craft along, because we haven't been going very long.
No.
And it's just proved extremely popular. Everybody loves it. And it's nice to take that time and really interact with people, and that they can craft along with us.
Yeah, and also lovely to know that when we bring you these launches, you're always going to have the education to go with it. You know that you're going to be able to participate in the craft along absolutely free of charge at a later date, as so many of you always do come back and do, either live or in your own time. It's all there for you. And the great thing is, then that means that when we do launch a new product, we'll often have a launch day. So you'll have 2 hours of inspiration with as many demos as possibly can. You will often find 6 to 8 different ideas in that launch day show. Then it'll probably feature maybe on a launch party or Creative Cravings or something like that. And then we'll do a craft along as well. So you've got hours and hours of inspiration for each one of the products that we launch. So you know that we're going to get you covered when it comes to making sure you're able to use them, which is fantastic. I think that's awesome, don't you, Debbie?
Oh, honestly, Joe, I think it's amazing. Yeah, totally amazing. We do a lot of what nobody else does, and we're both so proud of everything the team do, aren't we? So there we go, Joe. I'm going to let people catch up with that. So all we're going to do is pop all that, bend it all in. It will all just sort of come into its own. or if it doesn't, just reinforce those lines. That's all you need to be doing, just making sure, take your time to keep doing those. But look how beautiful that is starting to look. And to think that that started off as one piece of white card, and being able to be this creative in our time and crafting along. So yeah, we're going to be doing a little bit more stamping, finishing off our card, doing some extra mats and layers, but I will let you catch up with putting your paper bits together at the moment.
Excellent. Why don't we give you the opportunity to get yourself caught up then, whilst you do that. If you're new to us here at Crafters TV, you're thinking, who are these guys? What's this all about? Well, here's some more info.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet.
The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
I love that new promo video. That's the first time I've seen that. Yeah, it's fantastic. So many of our lovely crafters featured in that. Diane says, Debbie, you're so right. No one does it better than Crafters Companion. There we are. You heard it here first. Stephen Lee Guy said Craig's Cracker won last week. Oh, do you know what? You're right. No, it can't be, because Craig's Cracker was the winner when I was here last. I haven't been here for 12 days, so there must have been another winner in between. The plot thickens. Right, jury's out. Can we just, I'll just hold the line. Sorry, what is this? Debbie Robinson's foil press was the winner, apparently. It's not on the top either. Yeah, it's not.
Oh,
it's not up there.
Took it. Uh-oh.
What we're going to do. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. Right, let me share with you the details again of the watercolour Christmas. So we've got the luxury cardstock available. We were just talking about this a minute ago, weren't we, Debbie? The fact that, seeing a lot of darker colours in Christmas crafting this year. This blue as well. I mean, how beautiful
Honestly,
is that blue?
Get your hands on this paper pad. It is so incredible. It's beautiful. Joe's got his hands all over that, hasn't he? It is absolutely stunning. You'll be so shocked the amount of projects that you want to use that on. It is stunning.
There you are. If you want to grab a hold of that. 250 GSM as well, so really good all-round weight, that one. 24 sheets in there, double-sided. Then we've got the vellums for you as well. So you've got two different styles in here in the vellum. So what you've got is So you've got the snowflakes, which are these ones, and then you've got that sort of snow flurry there as well. You get them in both designs. So you get the flurry in the embossed and the foiled, and you get the flakes in the embossed and the foiled, and you get 12 sheets in that one. Really, really awesome. That really lovely for adding a bit of texture. And we also have the 6x6 for you as well. The 6x6, it's got those little die-cut toppers in the back of there, which are really wonderful for things like tags or stoppers on things like your easels. You just need a really quick card. They're super handy. Love that some of these pages as well, cut these down with your guillotine. You've got tags, toppers, little hearts that you can fussy cut, and then also your design papers in there as well. You've got accent foiling on some of these. Definitely the ability to fussy cut some of these borders out of here as well. And again, a really lovely colour tone all the way through that one. $8.99 or $11.65 if you want to get your hands on that one. Laurie says, good morning. I'm in a little late this morning, but I've saved the video to watch back. I purchased this package die. I think it worked great for birthdays as well. It will. I definitely think it's something you're going to be able to use all the year round. Remember, the whole collection is still available for you as well. If you haven't got your hands on these dies yet, they are available to you. 6 in the collection here for you, $49.95 or $69.95. Platinum price of just under £40 or just over $55, which is excellent. Right, I think if you're ready, Debbie, it seems everyone else is pretty much caught up, I think, from what I can see.
Yes, sorry, Joe. I was trying to find my
I thought you'd left then. I thought you'd just gone, left me on my own.
Where's my dotty paper? And I put it underneath, so I've just grabbed my my paper. Right, yes. So we're going to just pop the insert to the side for a second, and then we're going to bring in our main card blank and start designing and decorating this. So I've got some of this beautiful paper. Again, I've used it out of the Santa's Kitchen. It's the one I had to hand at home. Sorry, I didn't use the ones we got on the show, but I didn't have them at home with me at the time. Then I'm going to get my trimmer and we're going to trim these down. So we're getting to the stage, Joe. I'm putting things away and not knowing where I've put them. Right, so this time we're going to cut our paper to 9 3/4 by 6 3/4. So let's just bring my foot out. So 9 3/4. So if you remember, we cut that to, our main card is 10 inches. So I've gone in just 1/4 inch, so it just gives us a little gap. And then turn that round, and we're going to do that at 6 3/4. Again, I'm just seeing that I've got a mark all the way down, and I can see that line. And then just trimming that into place. And then all your pieces of cards you can put into your scrapbox that you've got left. Now the next thing we do, just while we've got the guillotine out, we're going to take our dotty papers. So I'm going to take the pink one because I'm going to be using the pink one on the front. And I've also got a sheet of textured cardstock, which is just the pink as well, to matte and layer the bottom. So first of all, I'm going to use my textured cardstock, and we're going to cut this at 6 3/4. So 6 3/4. I will recap all these once I've done them. I'm going to turn that round, and we're going to do this at 4 3/4. So 4 3/4, and trim that down. And then we want a matte and layer for that one. So I'm bringing in my dotty, and this time we are going to come in at 6 1/2. So 6 1/2. All the way down.
It's the same as your top, that paper.
It is very similar to my top, yes. And then we're going to do this to 4 1/2. 4 1/2, just there. So we've got our mats and layers. So these are for the front of your car, so you can see all the way around here. So I'm just going to recap on that top bit. So down the side here, we're going to cut this to 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. And then your middle section is just slightly smaller, so you want 4 1/2 by 6 1/2. And that will create your mat and layer for the front. The piece for the inside of your card, this one we have cut 9 3/4 by 6 3/4. Now this first piece, and actually I do need, we'll do that in a little while, so I'm just going to pop those down, pop that to the side. So this piece here, now this is the easiest way I find with putting things into card. We are going to mat and layer just so we've got a pretty background. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in before I actually score. So because this actually helps with being able to put it into place. But this time I am going to bring in my my Kalau all-purpose. So we're going to bring this in because this will give us a little bit of wiggle room. But what this glue also does is it dries like concrete. So it's a really good solid dry. So once you've got that into place, it's really good at holding everything into place. So just going to pop that all around the edges. If you do put too much on, don't worry too much because you can always wipe it away afterwards. It does just form sort of into a little rubber ball and you can wash that away. So gonna put this into place right in the center. Doesn't matter if it's not too straight because you have that bit of wiggle room. So we're gonna pop that into the center and then I'm gonna bring my scoreboard in. So while that's on there, what I'm going to do is actually score that at 1/2 inch. Have I got that the right? Yes, that's the right way, scoring down. So scoring in, and I'm just going to come down quite gently because I don't want to move it. But what that does is it helps stretch the fibres of the card and then really helps itself with folding. So we're just going to then fold that over, but I'm being really gentle because our glue is still drying. So, and then I'm going to take that the other way and then we're going to score the other way as well. And all this is doing, it's helping stretch those fibres in the card and allowing your card to open and shut with no problem whatsoever. And there we go. So it's just a nice little tip of how you sort of do that and get your card to open and close. And it is all about stretching those fibres and you just get that really perfect line in the centre.
Awesome tip that, Debbie.
Yes, definitely. Now that's all done, just going to make sure that's completely sorted and then we're going to mat and layer those front pieces that we've just done. So remembering we've cut this by 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. So we're going to pop that onto the front. Again, I'm going to use our all-purpose. I haven't used all-purpose for ages and I thought I really must start using it because I've got loads in my stash. So pop in that.
Could you use tacky if you only had tacky?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. What I like about all-purpose, and I forget because my favourite is tacky glue, is that it dries so solidly. So it's really good for structural cards and cards that have a lot of movement because there's no way anything will come apart. So just putting some more on the front.
So
here.
why is tacky your favourite?
What I love about tacky is it literally just stick most things and you don't have to worry. So the one thing, when I first started crafting, the one thing that really bothered me, Joe, was how many glues were on the market.
Right.
And remembering that they've all got a different purpose. And that's a lot to remember. And although I know them now, I always think if you go for tacky, you can't go wrong.
Right.
Because tacky glue is water-based. So it will go on anything and not ruin any surfaces. And what I mean by that is Kalau all-purpose is a solvent-based glue, which means if you put it on mirror card, glitter card, anything that's got a coated surface, Centura Pearl, it will actually take the shine off of it. So I always think if you're unsure, go for tacky glue and then you'll get it right every time. But what I do love about this glue is it really is a solid base glue. And because we're only using paper and not any coated cardstock, it's brilliant for your construction and your cards like this. Right, so we've done all those bits there. What we're then going to do is place these on the inside, but also what I want to do is bring in some strips, which we will do in a second. So we're going to stick this all in. So what I like to do first is make sure when we fold it, so you want to actually fold it and tuck it in your card. So tuck it in so you know that when your card is shut, you're not going to be able to see this coming out the top. So you can see feet, you've got a straight line. So when it goes into an envelope, and bearing in mind you've got a 7 by 5 inch card, so that will go into a standard envelope as well. So once that's in place, and I know that's not coming out, I can then, and I'm just going to go in just a tiny bit more, just to make sure we're in line there. And then I'm going to use my my tape pen just to pop that into place. So while you're holding that into place, take all your glue and then, there we go, get to the bit that's sticky. And I'm just putting plenty of glue around here. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my little bottle of Gloria, and we're going to put into the small spaces the tacky glue, and that's going to really hold that all firmly in place. So it's only your first one that's going to be a bit more trickier. Let's grab, I call her Gloria just in case anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about. I call her the Gloria, the glue booth. And she,
Debbie's got a right blinged up one, hasn't she?
She's blinged hers up, she's pimped her Gloria.
Someone blinged it up for her, I believe.
Oh. Yeah, I need to sort of, mine's a bit plain really, so would be nice to do a little bit more with Gloria. So, right, so holding that into place, and then we're going to bring this side over. And then just give that a good rub down so you know that that's all in place. With the other side, you don't need to hold it too much, because it's already there, so you know that you haven't got to hold it straight. But you'll know then from that one there, folding this one in, it's going to open beautifully on the inside. Fabulous. So let's glue this down. So I'm going to put my tape pen just around the edges, and then fill the gaps with the tacky glue. And again, tacky glue is really good. It's better if you leave it just for about sort of 30 seconds to go a little bit tacky, and then it will dry really strong. And you do want to keep these strong inside, especially as we're doing a double pop out. So I'm just making sure I go around all those lines in between, to make sure that will hold really well. And then holding that down, bring that across, and then we can rub that one down. So nice and simple. It's quite nice because this one isn't taking too long. It means that it gives people a chance to finish off and send your photos in. And then I'm just going to do a couple of demos, if we've got time, of other ones in the collection.
Awesome. Alistair's messaged in.
Oh, Al's there.
Says, hi Joe, hope all is okay. All is okay this end, Al. He said, we've been away together for over 2 weeks, and Debbie still hasn't replaced my Star Bar, the chocolate bar of winners.
Oh, is there one in the machine?
We ate it, didn't we? We didn't.
I think they're all gone.
We didn't approve. You may have seen myself and Debbie trying Al's Star Bar on Facebook Live.
It was disgusting, wasn't it?
I mean, I still ate it. I mean, you know, I think there's more delicious chocolate bars out there.
Well, there is a new one, and it's just as disgusting. And it's Snickers now do a peanut butter.
Right.
Snickers.
Peanut butter Snickers.
Yeah, and it's.
Have you tried the new
good.
Cadbury?
It's only my opinion.
Have you
Obviously,
tried?
There's so many people that would love them.
Have you seen the new Cadbury Caramilk one? It's like milk chocolate with caramel in it.
Oh no.
It's a bit like a Caramat kind of thing.
Oh, I don't like caramel.
But apparently they're like massive in Australia, and they've just launched them here.
Oh.
Chef Kiss. Yeah, Craig's
loves his
Craig's
chocolate,
single-handedly keeping Cadbury in business with those at the moment, I think.
Right, so this time, I don't think this is big enough, no, because I've trimmed that down. So I'm going to bring in another sheet of this card, and we're going to cut this to 7 inches. So let's bring this out. And it's just all the little finishing touches, so just trimming that down, making sure that's straight at the bottom there. Trim that end off, and then all I'm going to do is take this. Now I only want a very small amount, but I'm going to take it to, so can you see my metal strip? Yep. I'm just doing it the width of my metal strip, which is about 3/4 of an inch. So just bringing that down and trimming that off. So we want 2 pieces of those. And these are just going to go onto the edges of our cardstock. So popping that into there. And then to finish off, all we've got left to do, Jo, is our stamping and adding a little ribbon. So let's pop that to the side. Alma's just got home because he stayed in Leicester.
Oh.
Yeah.
He stayed over, did he, at the
Well,
Roaring?
I took him and then left him to get the train home.
Did you? Left him behind enemy lines?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Johnny has just informed me that it is Labour Day weekend this weekend in,
It's the what?
in the US. Labor Day weekend, so
Oh,
happy Labor Day. I
yes,
think you get a
happy
bank holiday
Labor
tomorrow. Which must mean it must be the time for Burning Man Festival, which is a festival, Debbie, that I've been so desperate to go to in the US for so many years. I think it's maybe the biggest festival in the world. It's like, takes over this huge sort of, I guess it's in like a dried out canyon. It's called Black Rock City, they call it. And it's just like a huge, imagine Mad Max in the desert. It's just, it's everything apparently. But it's been cancelled again this year. I just had a little look and it has been cancelled again in 2021 in the Black Rock Desert in Nevada. It's not far from Reno, I don't think, sort of between Reno and San Francisco. It's like, it's a world famous festival. So one day things will get totally back to normal. We'll be able to go and do all these wonderful things again.
Yes, it will, I'm sure. We can only live in hope, can't we? And it will happen, it will happen. So mine is slightly out on that top, so all I'm gonna do is just trim along there and that should bring everything in line. And that gives us our beautiful pop-out centre. So I've just done that to hide our workings on the side, and then that will close beautifully. But you will find by doing that score line in the centre of that card, it really helps to close everything off. So the next thing we're going to do, should we carry on, or we've just got the stamping to do, Johnny? So
we'll take a quick pause there then,
yeah,
Debbie, if that's all right. Liz McLean's eating a carrot milk right now.
Ooh.
She says they're yummy. Send us a picture of you with your carrot milk, Liz. We'd love to see it. studio@craftscompanion.com. Mrs. Stationery and Stuff on YouTube says carrot milk is lush, is what they say. Alistair says better let Debbie know her new Leicester family are watching too, so a shout out to them.
Oh, that's so nice. Yes, I met some more of Al's family. So,
did you?
yeah, I did. Hi, Carol. Hi, Paul. Hi, Shirley.
Oh, hi, Carol. Hi, Paul. Hi, Shirley. Pam says, didn't have Burning Man this year, Joe. I know. How sad is that? Shall I quickly go through what you've got in this main collection? Because I know a lot of you will be thinking, gosh, that's an awesome project that Debbie's creating. I'd love to be able to recreate that. Well, you can. We've got the 6 dies that we launched available right now in stock for you. So let me take you through the concept of what you're going to get in here. 6 different designs, some on the landscape, some on a portrait. So that one there is your nativity scene. You've then got Santa's reindeer in here as well. There's loads of dimension in these. And you know what they give you, Debbie? A great opportunity to craft.
I miss that every single time.
Oh, Debbie. Then we've got that tree. I mean, the detailing is amazing how these open up. Then you've got that star here as well. I mean, I can't believe just how they work, Debbie. They're so delicate.
That one's amazing. I'm going to demo that one.
So delicate. They really are. Then you've got the presents, which Debbie has been taking us through with this craft along. And that snowflake for you there as well. 6, that's sort of on 2 levels, the snowflake one. They really are incredible. The engineering that's gone into these is amazing. $49.95 or $69.95 if you want to get your hands on them. Going to give you an opportunity to get yourself caught up. So while you do that, let's share with you all the details of Club Inspire.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook. where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95 and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
We ask and the people answer. Liz has sent us in a picture of her eating a caramel, and we'll show you that in a few minutes. Right, Debbie, back to you. I think everyone, you must be being very concise today, Debbie, because there's not a single question or someone asking for any recap. So you're obviously doing a stellar job, Debbie.
I've not even got confused with my own measurements today, Joe.
You haven't? How?
I normally do. Look at me, I've become a mathematician overnight. Not quite though, so I won't go that far. Right, so our next ones, we need to do our toppers. So I'm going to cut, in fact, I'm just going to cut a piece of card off and we're going to do some stamping and then we will cut that to size afterwards. So just cut in a white piece of card. We're going to take that tinsel in a tangle. Now you might use something else if you want to, because I wouldn't say this is particularly, you wouldn't have to use this as a Christmas card. I'm just doing a very contemporary Christmas card, but you could do it and use it as a birthday card or whatever sentiment you want to put on it. But I'm using the tinsel in a tango. I've got Strictly on my mind, that's what it is, Joe. So it's not in a tango, it's in a, oh, I've got one magnet. Look, what's happened to who's been pinching the magnets?
Oh dear.
So I'm going to just pop that into, and look, dirty stamp, look. Right, turn it over. Oh, there's another magnet, look, hiding. And let's just put this on without, there we go, let's just place that there. Not a very clean one, but it's fine. So I'm going to pick that up. You can use whatever you've got in your stash, whether you've got your stamping platforms, your rocker blocks. I like to use this one because I like to get sort of a double layer of stamping.
And what ink pad is it using there, Debbie?
What, sorry?
What ink pad are you using?
I'm using the Nor Black waterproof die, but it doesn't matter what it is. The reason I'm using a waterproof one, and this is the reason I like this, because we can, this bit that's been missed, I can then go back in and stamp that so you can see it's still sort of on there. Yeah, the reason I'm using it, Joe, is because we're going to use our ink pads just to go around, and it means that because there's slightly a bit wetter ink, it means that it won't smudge. So there we go, and that's gone beautifully. So we'll take that one out. And then what I would say is we're going to bring in our trimmer. I'm not going to make this any particular size. I wanted to do the stamping first, and it's why I did it this way, because I want you to, your sentiment that you're using might be totally different to the one I'm using. So it doesn't matter what size your topper is. I would say just get your sentiment central to your cardstock. So first of all, I'm going to cut that to 5 inches, and then I'm going to turn that round, and then we'll cut that down to 3 inches. And then I'm just going to sort of see centrally where that is. And actually, that's not too bad. I'm quite happy with that. So bring that in, clear up these, and then I'm going to bring those ink pads in again, which are I've tidied up as I've gone along this time. So bringing these back in, I'm going to use that fuchsia. I'm not going to use too much of the blue. I just want to get that nice pink on the front. So using those just to have that ink around the edges. Start with our pink. So we're just going to blend that in all around, and it means because I've used the waterproof dye ink, it means I can go over that and know that I'm not going to get any black horrible smudging anywhere. I do love our water-based inks because there are so many different techniques that you can do with them.
I think they are, I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying they're our most popular ink pad that we sell. We sell more of those than any of the others, so yeah, you guys absolutely love them. I love these two colours together as well.
Yeah, they're so nice, aren't they? They just mix really well. You sort of get those purpley tones, those blues, and that gorgeous pop of pink just looks amazing. So I'm just going to go back in with a bit more pink. And it just gives us something a little bit different. And there we go. Yeah, we've all got our favourite ink pads, but most of us do like the fuchsia and the parakeet.
Anne says she uses the waterproof for most of her sentiment stamping. Really
right.
likes it, gives her a really good coverage.
Yeah, really good. Yeah, really good. Right, so we're going to, I'm going to use some foam pads, if I can find any. Actually, I've got some tape foam here, so let's just pop that.
Is that foam on a roll?
It's foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey, Joe, how can you not do it?
Because you always tell me off.
I wasn't going to mention it.
Every time I try and do it, Debbie says that I do it wrong. And no one else says I do it wrong, but Debbie says I always do it wrong.
No, you tell me I do it wrong.
No, I think you did it right that time, for a change.
I do it that way all the time, Joe. He's terrible. Right, so we're going to place that on. I'm just going to pop that onto the front, just like that. And then we've got a little bow. So whatever ribbon you've got, I'm just going to add a little bow. It's always one of my things. Put a bow on it. And then, oh, is that an ink didn't come off there? Actually, didn't the actual tape. Oh. Hey up, Johnny said. There we go, it's stuck. It's stuck on. It was, I'll tell you what it was. Do you know why that happened, Joe? And actually, it's a really good tip. If you've just wet some of your card, because this is still a little bit damp to touch because it's water reactive, it just, what it was doing was taking that colour off the top. So just make sure it's dry a little bit more. And there we go. We've finished our craft along. So you've got your beautiful sentiment on the front there. And then when you open it up, opens up to that beautiful presence on the inside.
Really, really gorgeous. What an awesome, awesome craft along that was. What I would say now, of course, is if you have crafted along with us in real time, now it's time to send your pictures in to us. And you can do that by attaching it to an email, sending it to us, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk, studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send them in to us and we'll share some of them for the end of the show. Talking of pictures, Liz sent us in. It's just a wrapper now. That's it. There was a caramel in there. It has gone. I was meant to get a caramel yesterday from the shop, Debbie, and by the time I realised it was 10:05 and the co-op closes at 10, and I was devastated. You know, you've decided in your head that you're going to have something.
Yep.
And then I couldn't get any.
And you can't have it.
Anyway, get those pictures in. I'd love to see what you've created, if you've kept it exactly the same as Debbie, if you've mixed it up, maybe use something a bit different. Supreme Caldwell says, y'all need to trademark that song. I think we could release it, get Ben to release it as a charity Christmas single. We'll see what happens. Might need a couple more verses, I think, just to padding out a little bit. Padding out, foam pads, yeah? No, okay.
I don't know, I can sing those words all day long.
Could you? Yeah. Anyway, let's go back through exactly what is in this main collection that we've got for you. So 6 brand new designs in here, which is awesome. I just love how incredibly delicate these are. That's the snowflake one that you've got just there. That would go amazing with the glittering snowflakes collection we did from last year. Then you've got the presents, which of course you've seen Debbie creating with in this particular craft along. So you've got those in there. This one here, this is the star. I think the star is so amazing. It just has such tiny connection points in there. It's almost like it's sort of floating, which is amazing. Then up next, you've got this one here. Now this is your nativity scene. We then have this one here. This is your Santa's reindeer. Love how they've been paper pieced back with some glitter card there, and think about all your different backgrounds that you're going to be able to create around those incredible mechanisms as well. And then you've got your Christmas tree in there too. So 6 brilliant designs for you that you're going to get loads of craftability out of. And the great thing is, I think if you just want to put them on the inside of their cards on their own, leave the outside quite simple, absolutely you've got the opportunity to do that. Or what you can do is really go to town on the outside and the inside of your card. It really is completely up to you. Now, I'll tell you what else I need to tell you about, of course, because it's the last day today for this week's Get It? Got It? Good. Well, you buy the stamping platform and the rocker blocks in this particular collection. You're going to then get the 2 ink pads and the stamping mat totally free of charge. How awesome is that? £35 or $40 represents a great saving for you. However, it must end at midnight tonight. Why, I hear you cry? Because we're going to launch a brand new one tomorrow during the Wake Up Call. Wake Up Call with Debbie. Tomorrow, midday in the UK, 7 a.m. If you are across on the East Coast. You'll have to tune in and see what that deal is. Lots of you chatting away. Now you feel my star bar pain, Joe, says Alistair. Exactly, I really, really do. Karen says, looking forward to seeing everyone else's makes from this show. Elizabeth says, Debbie, I love that card. It is gorgeous. Heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji. Any other questions or comments, get them into me. Don't forget to send your pictures in. If you're like a little bit behind with the craft along as well, maybe you're not quite finished yet, you don't get it finished before the end of the show, send them in between shows and we'll show them again in the later Second Chance Sunday show, because myself and Debbie will be here recapping some of the most amazing products, launches, deals of the last couple of weeks, and that'll be at 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 11 a.m. if you are over on the West Coast. However, if you want the advent calendar, it's not going to make it to the show. There's some in stock. There's less than 50 of them. It's in stock. It will not make it to the show. So if you think you want the advent calendar, go to the Second Chance Sunday show. I find the easiest way to get it is on the homepage. If you click offers at the top, Second Chance Sunday account, click there, you'll see it, but it will not make the show. So if you want it to be quick, I think I've made that very clear, don't you? I don't think we can get to the later show now and then go, well, you didn't tell me. I told you, it's not going to last the show. Debbie, anyway, we've still got 30 minutes left, which is a lovely luxury, isn't it, on a craft along?
It's so nice, actually. It's so nice to actually get our craft along done, for everyone else to finish off and to get your photos in. So just before I do another demo, though, and you can still craft along if you want. We just do it a bit of a bigger step up the pace, but you can also play it back to see a different design that you can do. But I just thought we'd show some of the design teams' makes on these, because they're so beautiful. But look how gorgeous that snowflake is. I mean, they are totally incredible. To have that 3D dimension that comes out of your cards is quite amazing. These are the sort of ones that you'll send to people and they will wonder how you've done them. They look laser cut, they look very intricate, and they look really difficult, and actually they're not at all. I mean, look at that tree. The dimension in that is immense. So a couple more here and then we'll get on to a demo. I mean, how beautiful is that? Sort of like, that's like Bambi and its mum, isn't it? So cute. And this, not this card, but we're going to be doing the star one. But how incredibly beautiful is that? It really is. Whoever the engineering in these, Joe, is off the charts, isn't it? It's amazing how they do it and how they do them from scratch and be able to create that dimension in our cards, and just so simply to do. So we're going to be using the Star of Bethlehem. Again, with everyone you are getting full step-by-step instructions, so although you can watch the show back, you don't have to just be left to get on with it. You have got instructions in there, and then you've got your main die. Now you can see by the die itself, it's got notches at the top and the bottom. So these little notches here and at the bottom are where you line them up, and then you can see there's a line going right through the centre. This line is your score line. So we're going to first of all take our cardstock. So I put a pencil line in, and then I've just sort of rubbed that out just so I know where the centre of my card is. And I'll tell you as we go along what the size of my card is. So I've got an 8" by 5 inches, and then I've just put a really faint pencil line at 2.5 inches. And then all we're going to do is we're going to line this up to the top and the bottom of that line. So it doesn't matter where it goes in there, you just, for a bit of rigidity, you want to allow a sort of an even amount of space at the top and the bottom. So we're going to pop that on and put some low tack tape down. So just making sure that's straight. I'm just going to place that on there, and then we can send that through our Gemini. So anyone that's new to the Gemini or is thinking about using it, we have our base cutting plate. You put your card on with the die facing down, then your clear plastic shim, or your plastic shim, your magnetic shim, and your top cutting plate. And then we're going to run that through the Gemini machine.
What I like about this particular collection, so the artwork in here, Debbie, is that you've got lots of bases covered, haven't you, for every different style of card. If you've got maybe more religious cards you want to do, fun cards, there's something really that's got to tick all the boxes with these.
Oh, absolutely. And I do think we like a variety of where I used to really like contemporary cards. So mine would always be, and you'll probably notice in the theme of some of my demos here, that they're all sort of contemporary colours, because I do love contemporary cards. But I have to admit, I'm starting to sort of go more traditional.
Oh, really?
And I'm starting to think it's nice to have a mixture of both. So you do your traditional ones, and also there's different people that would appreciate different cards, aren't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, if I take that off, look how amazing that is cut into there. But what you'll notice is you've got this inner part that's all cut out, and you've got little tiny score lines here. So if I move that down and this one down, that one sits back already. And then you've got the pop out part. So this piece here, gonna then push, in fact, let's use my pokey tool so you can see what I'm doing. You just move that one forward, and on the other side, that one forward. And then as you close, so these parts here, what I am going to do is bring my scoreboard in, and we're just going to, because I didn't want a score line going through my star, so I've actually just popped those lines. I can now put my score line in, and then I'm just going to go at that 2.5 inch mark and score up, which means that will now fold in, and you can see straight away that's going, yeah, which is amazing. But next we do have a score line going right through the center. So I am, and in fact I think the easiest way to do that as well is to use those score lines and reinforce those. So I'm going to go down into there, right through the center, and catch that one as well. And that just really helps when you're scoring. So again, it always pops out. Think of it as this is the pop out. So that will always pop out. And then you actually want that then to fold in half. So it will all come together. So folding those into those score lines. Excuse my inky fingers.
Guess the thing is, with the more intricate ones, you think they'd be more difficult, but they've got less score lines, haven't they? So
yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
They're just as simple as the other, maybe more conventional shapes.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and in fact, probably more so these ones, because they are so simple and they don't have too many score lines to reinforce. So just popping that one in, yeah, and straight away you can see you have that amazing.
Incredible.
If I turn it that way, you'll be able to sort of see that popping in and out. So really clever. Right, the other thing I've done here, Joe, is I'm going to, where's my? I've left them behind. Let me just bring this over. So if you was to use your mirror card, sorry, not mirror card, your glitter cards, I've used some glitter card and I've just cut that out, cut the star out, so you can place your die over the top again, and this time I've just cut the whole thing out, because then I can mat and layer, a little bit like we did with those presents, but it's just going to give that a real highlight and a real pop in the middle of your card. And this time we're going to bring in that piece of scrap card again and use our dotty tape pen. So bringing that in, going round on all your parts and adding that adhesive, which will just then stick nicely.
We've driven Diane to chocolate, apparently, Debbie. She says, okay, you've done it, you've all done it now. I had to go and find some chocolate. All I could find was a midnight Milky Way chocolate bar.
A
Midnight Milky Way. That sounds delicious.
What is
I'm
that?
guessing that's a Milky Way with dark chocolate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Carol says, I like the star pop-out die. It would make a great card for my great niece who will be 1. She's called Nova. What a lovely name, Nova.
That's beautiful. Nova. Oh, I love that.
So is Nova, let me get this right. Stella is Italian for star, isn't it? So Nova means star, but in another language.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry, stand by your beds. Charlotte is Googling it for us.
You're very knowledgeable on things like that, Joe.
Well, clearly not. I just knew it was something, but I don't know what it is.
It will come to you. Or someone will tell us.
Nova means new, coming from the Latin word novus. Right, so not star, okay.
All right, I'll take that back. You're not
It's a
very
perfect-
knowledgeable, Joe. Oh, you are right.
Nova is a star that suddenly releases a huge burst of energy. You are. Temporarily becoming extraordinarily bright.
There you go.
There you go, every day's a school day. It's a perfect girl's name.
I love
Elizabeth says, Joe, I ordered the advent calendar in the week. It's going to be hard to wait for December 1st, my birthday month. It's going to feel like a birthday present a day from me to me. What a great idea. It is my birthday month, Debbie, so maybe I could just buy myself something every day and get away with it now.
I think you could.
Yeah.
I think you could. In fact, yes, it is. We missed the birthday. I missed the birthday. We would have both
I missed it as well, I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't get any
Can't believe that.
freebies. None of that. None of it. Completely missed
was
it.
there
I wasn't here.
freebies then?
I don't think Ben was here either. Ben was only in for a couple of days, I believe. You were away, I was away. We missed it.
Yeah, all away.
George and Becky got all the
goodies.
All the goodies.
Right, Joe, so what I've done is I've used some textured cardstock out of our 12 by 12 pads, and I'm going to just show you, because what I've done is I've used I've cut the card to 5 3/4 by 9, and then I've scored at 1 1/4 inch, and then 5 inches, and I've done these both, so this one then attaches, but I've scored in half here, so I've scored, sorry, missed out your score line, my score line there, 3 1/4 inches. I've done the same on this one and attached it, but this time I've just scored in the centre and put one of our nesting dies. So now you can use any shape nesting die as long as it fits this piece here. So all I've done is sanded a little bit just to make it look that little bit distressed, so it looks very cool. And then this bit here is going to attach to there. And what that does is it creates its own sort of pop out. And then we're going to affix this bit on the inside. So we've done the same score line onto each side, and all I'm going to do is make sure that I've put that, can you see, that fits then perfectly into there. So I'm going to use my, again, Collal all-purpose, because it's got wiggle room, which means when I put it on, if it's not in the right place when we've folded it down, we can move it about. So just popping that on, only on all the parts there that are going to be stuck down.
Anniversary, not birthday. We didn't miss the birthday. You've not missed the birthday.
Oh yeah, we did miss the birthday.
It was a
Sorry,
Crafters
anniversary.
TV anniversary.
Anniversary.
We'll soon be getting excited about birthday, won't we?
I
Cindy
believe
says,
it's been 2 years.
sorry?
I can't believe we've been here 2 years.
It is 2 years, yeah. For a split second then, I thought, all right, it's only been a year. But I've been here a year and a half, so it has to be 2 years. Where does it go? Where does the time go? It flies, doesn't it? Cindy says, hi, Debbie and Joe. I love how you teach. It's so easy to follow, and you always give great
Oh,
tips.
thank you so much. That's exactly what we hope for. We don't want anything to be confusing or not know what you're doing. You know, we hate you to think that you're just left on your own, because at the end of the day, it's all a big team. It's a big family, isn't it? So everyone mucks in, and our shows are all rewatchable, so anybody that's new,
Yes,
you
great
can
point.
you can absolutely save the show.
2 years worth, Debbie.
2 years.
2
I mean,
years
it's quite
worth.
incredible that I don't know anybody that does that,
No,
that you can
2
see
whole years
every
worth.
single show. Although probably not always a good thing, I have to say, but
You'd be able to see our
for my
differing
shows.
hairstyles, throughout lockdown, the drastic weight gain and weight loss through and after lockdown.
I don't think I look much different.
The changing studio setup. I mean, it's all there for you. Go and watch it. I wonder how long it'd take you to watch all of them back to back. Months, I reckon.
I wonder if anyone's added up how many hours we've done.
Well, Pam Craven knows.
Oh.
Every single show pretty much. She's got it all like in a glossary on a spreadsheet. So Pam could probably tell us how many hours there are actually of Crafters TV. I wouldn't be surprised if she knew.
Wow. Yeah, it would be an awful lot. So, because we've scored inside and the back of the card, when we then fold it out, the actual star will pop out through the middle. So this would look lovely if you've got a little tea light to put in the centre there. But I've also got just some extra sentiments just to put on the front. So let me just bring those in. And I've also just grabbed myself some little gems. So we've got all is calm, all is bright, and silent night, holy night. So we're going to pop those onto the front. So we'll have that one up the top here. So I'm keeping it nice and simple. And then using the tape pen just to affix that onto the front. And then just to tie in with that gold, I've just got these little gems. So pick your gems up with your pokey tool and then you can just pop them into place. So wherever you want them. And just a nice different way of doing those pop-out cards.
Yeah, not necessarily what we'd think to use purple for a Christmas card. I think it looks awesome.
Yeah, it's just something a little bit different, isn't it? And I love contemporary cards. I think they look really nice. There's something a little bit different. There's something very modern about them, isn't there? So, yeah, really, really pretty. And there we go. So it stays flat if you want to post it and then pops forward when you want to leave that there. But you can see loads of dimension in there. That is an incredible one. I absolutely love that one.
Yeah, really, really gorgeous. And actually, I mean, I think to look at it, you'd imagine it was a very, very complicated make, wouldn't you? But much, much simpler seeing you put it together, Debbie.
Absolutely.
I've got a couple of different ink pad bundles for you. They both come with the round blending tool. So this one here, this is your Night Sky collection. And in here, you're going to get the ocean blue, as well as baby blue. There's anthracite, you've got jet black, as well as parakeet. That is that one. You will get the blending tool as well. This one is the Morning Sky collection. This one in here, you're going to receive pink tulip, orange, the Bordeaux, you've got fuchsia, and the damson wine in there for you as well. £23 or $31 if you want to get your hands on those. Right, back to the main deal on the pop-out dies. As I said, it's not too late to get your hands on these. We've still got all 6 of them in stock, which is awesome. Actually, I'm going to run you back through the boards this time. I think I showed you those samples last time, didn't I? Let's go through these and share with you again exactly what you're getting in here. I think even you can see how great the dies are and the intricacy when they're just cut on black and white, and you can still see just how much detail is in each and every one of those. So you've got the nativity scene. This one here is Santa's reindeer that you've got there. Really, really awesome. This one's very clever. I was having a little look at this before just to see where it's connected. And actually, it's only connected here. These elements are loose. There's a connection point there and just at the top. So it really is amazing. You just, like when you see them, it takes you a moment to kind of work out how they've actually been done. Then you've got your star here as well. This one is the presents that Debbie did that awesome craft along with. And you've then got the sensational snowflake, and again, that is really incredible how that one comes together. All 6 of those coming your way, $49.95 or $69.95. If you want to get the, as a platinum member, you're looking at under £40, just over $55. If you want to mix and match and just get a couple of them, you're more than welcome to do that. 2 for £18 or $24 is your price if you want to do it like that. Rhonda says, I'm a sucker for a 3D project. This is awesome. Melissa's letting me know that she watches every single show. That's incredible, Melissa. That is, because we're here, what, 5.5 hours a day? 7 days a week now? What's 5.5 times 7, Johnny? 37.5. 38.5. Oh, okay. 38.5. That's a lot of hours. That's a full-time job. He really is. But loads of inspiration. And remember, you can watch every single show back whenever you want to. There's been some incredible projects made with these, Debbie, isn't there?
Yeah, I think the design team loved these because they've done some really unique, fun things with these. I love this one. So think about a gift box that you're sending your gift in at Christmas time. Cut out the reindeers. I mean, look how beautiful they just look on there. But then if we open it up, it is just a regular box, but it has that, here's an extra of having that pop out there. So you can see the pop out dimension of those dies just looks incredible. So just doing something different with your box looks beautiful, and using them as toppers. I mean, that really looks incredible, doesn't it? I would actually love the die just to cut out for those toppers as well. But then doing something different with them, with using your inside, bringing them round. I mean, that snowflake is incredible. The detail in there and the dimension that it's creating with them. And honestly, every single one of them are very, very simple to do. And then you've got that gorgeous Star of Wonder, which looks so pretty. I want to show you this one actually, because I haven't got a sample of this, and I was going to demo it, but I don't think we've got time. So I am just going to open it up. But look at that. That nativity scene is absolutely beautiful. Really, really love that one. And then we've got another one here. So you've got those gorgeous, the gorgeous Christmas tree. I love how this one works. This reminds me, do you know those little wooden slatted sort of models that you can make?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that. It almost looks like the tree is sort of slatted into each other. It's very, very clever, that one. Really absolutely beautiful. Then you've got the presents, which looks awesome. Just another way, and paper piecing like I did over the top of those, which looks really cool. And then we'll show a few more. I do love that snowflake one. I think that's a really gorgeous one to have. And if you're going for the full collection, you haven't got to decide which one that you do. You can just do all of them. But a couple more here, just so we've shown all the design teams. Again, those gorgeous deer. I think they're definitely my favourite. I really do love those ones. And one more, we're going to show that last Star of Wonder. Just a beautiful design with all that beautiful dimension. Amazing.
Really, really beautiful. Some awesome, awesome projects that have been created with those. And remember, you're going to be able to create those in all the different styles. Think about the different colorways you're going to use, all the different textures, your different design papers. You really are going to create an amazing variety of different projects. We're not going to vote. We're going to put the craft along through as the demo of the show. I mean, because come on. It was amazing. Let me just run you back through some of the watercolour Christmas items that we've got available still on the show for you. This here is your luxury cardstock. So you can see here what you've got. Really beautiful pearlescent cardstock here with this one. I absolutely love this deep, deep midnight blue that you've got there. That's gorgeous. You've got this lovely sort of, I guess it's kind of like it's almost like a sky blue, I guess would we call it. It's got really nice, it's got a little bit of a greeny tinge to it, and then you've got this real beautiful taupe in there as well. $10.79 or $14.36 as a platinum member, if you want to get your hands on those. We do have the vellum still available as well. So what you're going to get is you've got the snowflakes, which is this one just here. Now you'll get it in the white heat emboss, which is here. You will also get it in the foil. You will also get the snow flurry as well. This is the foiled snow flurry in the foiled and the heat emboss. You get 12 sheets in total for that price there, which is awesome. It's A4 inside. Really gorgeous quality. I'm just checking the weight of that actually. 150 GSMs. Really nice heavy duty vellum. Then what we've also got is the 6x6 pad available for you as well. Not just the papers in here. I love that you're going to get toppers in here. Then what you've got are these pads that papers that are designed to be trimmed down. So you've got toppers there. You've even got things like little banners on here too, which you can use on your projects. And then you've got your design papers in there, spot foiling, really lovely array of different colours, and some snippability in there too. And really beautiful. You've got a corresponding patterned paper on the back, all perfectly colour matched to work together. $8.99 or $11.65 if you want to get your hands on those. Now, as always, with all of our shows here on Crafty TV, there's just so much stuff that we don't often even get a chance to show you live. So let me whiz through some of the stuff that you found over on the website under that Shop the Show button that you're absolutely loving. This is the white and black layers collection. So you get 10 sheets of the Centura Pearl and then 60 sheets of the white stamping card there, which is fantastic. Pretty sure you get the black cardstock for free there in that particular configuration. Now, we've then got your bright card collection, 8x8. So you've got the everyday brights in this particular one, and you're also going to get the textured brights as well. 36 sheets of one, 72 sheets of the other. Buy one, get one half price. What an awesome deal for you. Let me recap those brilliant ink pads that we've got available for you on the show. In here, this one is your night sky. It's going to get ocean blue, baby blue, anthracite, jet black, and parakeet. You will get the blending tool as well. And then there is a morning sky collection for you, and that will give you pink tulip, orange, bordeaux, fuchsia, and also damson wine in there as well. If you want some blending tools, and we do have those on the show available for you as well. So these are the extras for you to get the square, which are actually rectangle. I don't know why we call them square, we always do. You got the round ones, and you get the blending eggs and sponges there. You get the round ones for free in that particular configuration, which is awesome. Right, we've got some pictures coming in. Oh, of craft-alongs. Oh. Let's have a little look at them. Rosalind's up first. Look at this one, Debbie. The colours there. What a pop of colour that one is.
Oh, I absolutely love that. It's beautiful. Looks amazing, doesn't it? It looks really glamorous.
Very, very
yeah,
glamorous.
Really glamorous. Love that one.
Really gorgeous. Karen sent this one in as well. I love the cardstock she's used there. And love the colours as well.
And that's more traditional, and I love that. It looks so nice. And it just shows you how different they can be. But that's, yeah, fabulous, Karen.
Really, really awesome. And let's have a look at Debbie's then, because that's the one we're going to put forward for the card of the show, Debbie.
Yeah, definitely. It feels like I've got right back into the swing of it now, Joe. So yeah, you've got your, now remember, if any you are following the craft along or you're watching back later, you can use any of the dies to create this, and it's just your double pop out card. It just adds so much dimension. You could put little tea lights under there and have it lighted up. You could thread some of your string of lights through it, which will look really beautiful. There's so many different ways you can do it, but just the fact that we do the craft along to have that concept all the way through to be able to create beautiful cards like this is absolutely spectacular.
Amazing, absolutely awesome. Remember, you can watch this back at any time. Loads of you I know have crafted along with us, but you will be able to view it at any point over on our website. Remember as well, that amazing collection of dies, they are available right now if you want to come back and watch this whenever you so please, then you can. Wherever you're watching it now, Facebook or YouTube or across on our website, it's completely up to you. There's loads though still to come here on Crafted TV. So Second Chance Sunday will be up in 2 hours time. Myself and Debbie, 7 PM in the UK, 2 PM Eastern time. What can we expect, Debbie, from Second Chance Sunday?
Oh, we've got the new magazine.
Oh,
yes, love that one. The snowman stands. They're all things that I just can't wait to show you. So yeah,
paint markers, did I hear?
Much. Paint markers, yes.
Oh, will we see a spowl? Let's put a request in for a spowl.
I don't think I've got any logs to do that with. So, yeah.
Oh, we'll send Jake out foraging. He'll go foraging in the woods around Newton Aycliffe. I'm sure he'll find something. And then Debbie, you're going to be hosting Wake Up Call tomorrow. How excited for that are you?
I actually quite like hosting Wake Up Call. Yeah, it's something a bit different. So I hope you can join me in the morning. Yeah, absolutely. Wake Up Call we've got loads, and I'm going to be doing a bit of a sneak peek of what Sarah's got coming up. So let's just say it's a little bit autumnal.
A brand new Nature's Garden launching tomorrow. Could I tell you it's available on the website right now? No, because I'm not allowed to do that. It's on the website now. But your first chance to get your crafty eyes on that will, of course, be with Debbie and Wake Up Call tomorrow. I'll gate crash as well. I'll be here, you know, having a bit of gossip with you all, having a bit of a natter. I think that's what I do best, Debbie, don't you?
Yep, I think we'll just be the what's that? I can't think of the Eamon and Ruth.
The Eamon and Ruth. I think maybe more Phil and Fern than Eamon and Ruth.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Apparently, Andy Peters did Wake Up Call the other day and was awesome. What's this? Oh, he did this morning. Sorry. I thought Andy Peters did Wake Up Call.
We wish we had Andy Peters on.
I mean, it could be arranged. You never know. Maybe we will get Andy Peters. You never know.
Who knows? Who knows?
Right, we are going to, should we go and get some dinner? Is that what we're going to do now?
Yes.
I think it's time, isn't it? Don't forget, if you do get your craft along finished between now and Second Chance Sunday, get your pictures into us. studio@craftscompanion.co.uk is where you need to send those into, and we'll share some more of those in that later Second Chance Sunday show. Don't forget as well, wake up call tomorrow with Debbie, midday, 7 a.m. If you're on the East Coast. That's if you're not going to be with us back here in a couple of hours' time. And I'll tell you more about what's happening through into the beginning of next week then as well. So you've got a couple of hours. We'll see you back here for Second Chance Sunday. Take care.